All right, welcome to the Speed League podcast. I'm Kelly Hansen. I'm here with Ryan Berkman, and we got some guests today because we're doing the Supercross Fantasy draft. We got John, and we got Ryan's dad, Lauren, our fourth member of the league. How's it going, guys?
Daddy.
Yo.
Excellent. Really glad to be here. Thanks for the invite. I'm really excited about this Supercross season coming up.
Yeah, I bet you're excited after how last season went for you.
Oh, yeah. That was quite the amazing year. Thanks again.
Yeah, we have the Lauren's two polar opposites right now. We have like the league winner, and we have the guy that went 0-17 right now. So hopefully John can step it up a little bit. You got it, John.
That was the first time in the history of our league I've seen that happen, actually. So congratulations.
Yeah, I had some bad luck, okay?
A lot of injuries.
Bad luck and bad effort makes bad record.
Oh
no! I tried. You guys would text me when it was game time, and I'd still make some moves and still lost. So it was like,
well, I don't want to admit this, but I only texted you when you were playing Kelly.
That's how it goes. All right, so we got 10 minutes before the draft starts. I'm going to poke around our league pages here for anyone who's unfamiliar with the game and sort of show you around. Obviously, we haven't drafted right now, so I'm seeing my team page is empty. No matchups right now. All that's going to populate after we have the draft happen, but we can peruse the roster now that the draft is open. And you can see we got our draft set up for our 7 o'clock, which is in 10 minutes from now. And I've got my button to enter the draft lobby, which draft lobby opens 30 minutes prior to draft start. So I'll go ahead and hop in there. And this draft info box pops open when you first go in there. I highly recommend reading that, and we'll go over in just a sec. But so yeah, you can see here we're down to 9 minutes before draft start. You have the option to set your draft order, but if you choose random, you're going to see it pop up as soon as that timer finishes. You'll see what the actual draft order is going to be. Ryan, should we talk about the draft strategy a bit? Because there is some serious draft strategy that'll give you a big advantage.
There is some serious draft strategy, and the main thing like people get a little confused by is think, okay, so the 250s race half the time. Where do I start picking up those guys at? So I just want to say that if you had Hunter Lawrence last year, he would have got 5th in the total championship points through both classes. Jet Lawrence would have got 7th. So it's like those guys were above Aaron Plessinger, Justin Barcia, guys like that. So really, if you have someone that you think is going to be winning races, getting the 5-point heat win bonus, 5-point hole shot, then really you should probably pick up those guys getting first in the 250 class a lot earlier than some would think. Not to mention prediction points. It's a whole lot easier to predict RJ Hampshire, first or second every race, and he's going to give you a bonus 5 or 3 points on top of that, even as opposed to, okay, say I have Aaron Plessinger, where do I predict him every race? He could do really well, he could do bad, and you're losing out on those points. So it's probably around the 7, 8, 9 range is when you really want to start looking at those 250 guys.
Yeah, so the way we work out the points, and it'll actually say on that draft strategy box or the draft info box, we recommend starting to pick up 250 guys after around the top 8 450 guys have been picked up. But I mean, the strategy is up to you. So I mean, yeah, like Ryan said, last year Hunter Lawrence scored 5th place of everyone. But he had a super dominant season. I think he won 7 races, something like that. So I mean, it's a little uncommon, but it's kind of up to you when to do that. And yeah, just to clarify, you can pick up 250 riders at any point. It's not like this draft is going to work where we all pick up 450 guys and then we move on to the 250 West and the 250 East. You can pick up whoever you want, whenever you want.
So what is your guys' strategy? Whole shot king, what do you think? When you're going to make that move on your first?
I'm pretty much going to pick all my 450 guys first, and then if there's any 250 left, I'm going to get them.
Ryan's full, or Lauren's full of shit as always. What else? Okay, so the draft's in a snake format. So whatever the draft order is, 1, 2, 3, 4. After those first 4 picks happen, it's going to flip in reverse. So it goes 4, 3, 2, 1. So that guy who's got the 4th draft pick gets 2 picks in a row. So first pick is really good, but then you have to wait 6 picks before you get another. Then you get 2, and so on. So it flips every single round, which kind of makes it interesting. Sometimes it's actually bad to get first pick because you're missing out on a lot of good guys. I would actually be stoked to get first pick this year. Jet Lawrence would be a nice pickup.
This year, definitely, I'm hoping I get first or 4th, definitely. So I could get like Jet Lawrence and
4th you want?
First or 4th, because if I ended up getting, Webb Roxon or maybe, a Webb and then pick up another 250 guy, but I think 4th isn't a bad spot this year either.
4th makes me a little nervous this year. Webb and Roxon are both guys that, there's so many other fast people that both of them might not end up in those spots that we have them ranked. They're dangerous.
Maybe not, but that's just stacked. What's up, Lauren?
And it's also the luck of the draw. I remember a guy last year in our league in the outdoors got the number 1 pick. Who was the number 1 pick you got, John?
I don't know if I can reference back the other league, but
yeah, but his number 1 pick went down like early. Oh no!
I think John picked up Chase Sexton with the number 1 overall pick, right? Or no? Outdoors?
Yeah, I think he did for the outdoors. Yeah.
Which, for anyone who doesn't know, we will be doing Pro Motocross Fantasy just like this. So if you're interested in motocross as well.
The outdoor season.
Yes, it did, and it got you a outdoor
At how many
win
minutes
as well.
will it tell us the order?
Sorry, what was that?
At what point will it pick our order?
As soon as the timer runs out. No.
When the timer runs out,
when the timer runs out, you're going to see what the picks are, and then the draft will start automatically.
Okay.
So, another thing to be aware of here is statuses for riders. So if there's anybody who's injured or just even hasn't, something else. So on my screen right now, you could see here's a few guys. Colt Nichols got this little status exclamation mark next to him. Just came out a few days ago. He's out with a torn rotator cuff. Don't know when he's going to be back. Jorge Prado is someone who's only racing the first 3 rounds because he's an MXGP rider. So keep an eye on this little status column because you don't want to pick up somebody and not know about an injury or whatever it was. I just found out literally an hour before we started this that Styles Robertson, 250 East, has a bad injury to his arm. He didn't give a lot of information about it. Don't even know if he's going to be racing 250 East. So something to look out for.
Hunter Lawrence had a pretty bad spill today too, so we'll stay on top of that. But I think he's fine. But
at press day,
you gotta be on the lookout for those injuries. Especially before you draft, because you don't want to draft someone that has a season-ending injury that you didn't know about.
That poor guy, he's been getting his share of injuries the last year.
So we got 2.5 minutes left.
Is that when it shows the draft order?
Correct.
The last minute? Yeah.
Yep.
No, the last second it'll show the draft order.
So I saw the track map for A1, and it has a right-hander first turn, which is a little different. Your brake being on the right-hand side. Your rear brake. It's a little tougher to go in on the right. So I'm curious to see how the first turn action is going to go.
That
Who
could
gets
cause
the
some
whole
chaos.
shot?
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Definitely. And hole shot is 5 points in the main. So, always, it's good to look for your guy and try to get those hole shots. Because hole shot is one of those things where, could it really be anyone? And there are guys that are better at starts, or better at making their way up through the pack. So it's definitely something to think about also when you draft.
So 5 points in the main only this year, not heat races? No hole shot point for heat races?
That's always how it's been. Yeah.
Oh, it's only for the main event.
That's right.
Right.
You get them for all three mains in Triple Crown races, but yeah, that's different, obviously.
All right.
But yeah, so five for whole shot, and yeah, I mean, if you could pick up a guy like, I mean, when I remember when Michael Alessi was racing, I mean, that's a guy you get like the main event whole shot half the time with just 5-point bonus you could almost count on. So
yeah, and then 3 points for finishing 17th.
It's true, but I mean, if he's available at the end of the draft, you know, that's it's not a guy you're going to pick up in your first round.
No, not
He'll
this year.
get you like a
consistent
5-point
projection's
LCQ.
important, right?
What was that, John?
5-point LCQ.
I said projection still, you know, where you can at least pick up a few extra points.
Yeah, it's like predictions are huge. I mean, like really, I like to take my like time with the predictions, and I go and I look at, you know, like practice and qualifying times, and I really try to make a like smart decision on that, because a lot of times you'll see like the races come down to 3
right.
points, 2 points, 1 point.
Not to interrupt.
Zero.
We got a draft starting. All right, draft order. Number 1, triples and nipples. That's John.
Oh,
Lauren.
oh,
That's me, third. And Ryan, Boots at the Ferrandis, got one of your picks you actually wanted.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So first pick of the draft goes to Johnny Boy.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Ken
out on a limb.
Roxon,
I'm
John.
always taking risks.
It's got to be Barsha.
Going with Jet.
He takes
That's
Jet.
not a limb. That's called the trunk.
Whole shot, King.
right.
I have a feeling that I know what he's going to do. I think
So for everyone else that's watching, you got the activity log up in the top right, so you can see who everyone's picking. And you can actually also click over to teams and scroll through everyone's team and see who they've actually picked up, which is useful. So Eli Tomac was taken. I really wanted to get Tomac, actually.
Skipping over Sexton to go for Tomac. I could respect it.
Indirectly, I'm glad I went second, because I was going to pick Lawrence, but I've been doing my homework, and they're telling me Tomac should be the number 1 pick. So I'm hoping that my number 2 pick helps me out.
Okay,
All right, I'll take Sexton.
Okay, so I was talking about this pre-draft, and now do I have the balls to actually go through with it?
Nope.
When you're in the moment, you know, it's always a little more scary than just, oh yeah, you know, Webb Roxon stacked. But I mean, there is, you know, a little concern with the new bike. Is he going to be comfortable on it? But you know what? I'm going to start with this.
I thought we talked about. I thought you talked about you were going with our boy Alex Nagy for your first pick.
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, he wanted 2 months he wanted too much for sponsorship. We had to let him go.
Shout out
Super
to Alex
73 wasn't forking over the bills, huh?
Oh, I see. After someone is picked, then they're removed off of the 450 roster.
Yeah,
you can
you can actually check this box right here that says "Show Drafted," and it'll show who's already been picked up. But there's not a lot of point in doing that, because that's not anyone you have available to you.
Okay, so Show Drafted, it knocks out, it blurs them, and then the white ones are next.
Yeah.
Just trying to help out someone who might be watching this podcast for their draft help.
Definitely. All right. So Ryan, stay true to his word.
I did.
So
I'm very
Kelly's
trustworthy.
and I'm going Barsha. Let's do it. I always seem to end up with Barsha. He's my boy.
All right, you can have him.
That's why I'm on the gas.
Oh boy, this is tough. I got to phone a friend. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. You got
Joe?
1 minute and 6 seconds.
Is Joe going to pop up or what?
I know what
Styles
I would do
Robertson's really good.
It's always tough on these first picks, because this is really like the backbone of your whole team, and like these picks make or break your whole season. Like so do like the ones on the tail end, but like these are like who you want your like premier guy to be in and out every week. So
All right,
Anderson,
Jason Anderson.
okay.
We're really I think Eli Tomac was the only out of order pick so far. So
Mhm.
we're kind of just, this is
Oh,
almost
I
boring.
forgot
We're
the
just
pick
following the list.
thing you had.
You did a good job ranking these fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Hunter Lawrence, though, that's tough.
It
You
is
know
tough.
what? If you wouldn't have told me that he got hurt today in practice, I was going to grab Hunter Lawrence. But
I don't
No,
think
he just-
he had a belly flop. He's good. He's fucking
I didn't say
fine.
he
dude,
got
his
hurt.
belly's
He should
been
be
hurting
fine.
for 6 months. His belly's been hurting for 6 months. I hate to say
Well, then
it.
you got Malcolm.
Are you his
Malcolm's
doctor?
I think Malcolm wants to come back with a little.
He's good
You
for
a
3
dentist?
races.
Malcolm is
He was
supposedly
quick.
very, very fast right now, Malcolm. But I mean, look at his previous season, 32nd place. I mean, he's got to stay off the floor.
Hurt. What was that? Like the first 5 races, first 3, four?
I think it was like the second race.
Yeah. But he did good the
20
previous
seconds
season,
on the
right?
clock.
So,
Triples and nipples.
dang, I gotta go.
Hunter Lawrence. Wow, we're still just going right down the line here. All right, who you got next?
Let's see
I actually
who really
thought
is
about
talking shit on Malcolm.
You're up again, John. You know that, right?
I didn't know that.
snake
Right.
format.
Shouldn't have
Sleeping.
said anything.
1
Buffalo.
word.
Rookie.
Oh, so yeah. Taking Malcolm.
All right, there's
that's
a
good.
jump. Nice.
Okay,
All
now I need
right.
to start.
Oh man, this
I'm
is
gonna start
tough.
Yes,
thinking
you
about-
do need to start, John. What you were thinking is the correct thought. You need to start thinking about people outside of the 450 class. That is who I would have picked. Good pick.
Oh, who do you go, RJ? Yeah.
Gas.
Okay, I actually really like Plessinger. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Of course, I am like in the position to get Adam C and Cerullo again. I mean, it happens every single year. Well,
This
he's
is
just
always
like the
this
next
is always
up.
how it works. No, there is a sort of gravity with fantasy picks that there's certain guys that you can't get away from. I have it with Barshow, and fortunately, he's actually suited me well. You haven't really had the same relationship with AC.
Okay, let me just get.
Cirillo's good for a 5-point hole shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, and a
But then he
consistent
gets
10-point
passed by like
projection
10 guys.
or 10th place. Yeah,
Okay, let's just get this
10th
out of the
Calling
way.
him a Lessie Jr.
Maybe
Freezy.
this
I'm
is his year.
definitely taking Deegan.
I can tell you who
Ooh,
definitely isn't going to
really?
listen to. I can tell you who isn't going to listen to this podcast is Adam C and Cerullo. He's not going to be a fan.
Ooh, he picked up Deegan.
I'm going to definitely take my time with this one. Weigh out the options.
You know who's got a fork in him?
Austin Forkner.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a good rider, but he just hasn't been consistent. Can't hold on to the bars.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the first corner of the first main event last year.
Yeah, I know.
No, this is a huge. It's a contract year for him too. I mean, he's been on Monster Kawasaki for forever,
yeah.
but
He
yeah,
got
I mean,
married. I think he's settling down. He's going to do good this year.
Oh, and she's a dime piece.
nice quiet life with
Good
a
job,
monster girl.
Forkner.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Holy smokes. Think the
She
marriage
had them
life slowed that
bottom jeans, boots
consistency
with the
down, or
Dylan
what?
Ferrandis.
Oh, you did it.
I did it.
All right, staying true to your name. That's good.
Oh, that was Ryan picking?
It was.
He took forever.
I was weighing
Yeah,
every
see,
option,
so
looking at
one
every
little-
angle. Go ahead, John.
You have a cat?
I am marrying someone that has a cat.
Oh, gosh.
All right, kitchen it is. We're getting weird.
That was weird.
Weird in the kitchen. That was a quick
it's my
pick.
pick.
You were
Dang.
hoping he would
Yeah,
fall to you,
That's
huh?
what I do it at
You
lottery.
were
quick
ready.
pick. I was ready. I was hoping it was going to last.
Hey, did Thrasher get hurt last? He didn't race all the races, right? Or did he?
Yeah, he got hurt. I think
And he
it
still
I
got
have
was
it pulled up
seven.
Atlanta
right
or
here.
Daytona, one of those. Yeah. He was doing really well. He's fast, but
He got
he had a
3
bad injury.
seconds, 1 first, 10th, 15th, 19th.
Yeah, so he's top 5. It's good with projection points, right? So like if you got a guy who's consistently top 3, what do you project him like a 2, or do you project him a 3? Right?
Ryan and I usually like to predict a little more conservatively. So I'd probably back him off a little bit, but it's up to you. You know, it's your strategy.
Oof.
I always like to kind of think of it as like I'm going to predict my guy maybe one position less than I think he's going to get, because if he actually does better, then like, okay, great. You know, you're almost like making up those points. But if he does a little worse than you think, then,
Sure.
you know, he's right where he like would have been anyways. Like that is a strategy to do. Some people say just like predict him exactly where you think he's going to finish, which is true. But I like to kind of hedge my bets. Yeah, I was gonna say there's only one option, John. There's a one guy you should pick. John's gonna have a pretty stacked team. Max Anstey.
And I'm first draft, so we're first in the draft pick. Well, I think we just have better. I think we have a better even playing field with these riders this year. No, I mean everybody seems to be who's good is healthy.
Definitely, there's like a big like open field with like a lot of movement. I mean, it seems like a lot of big names this off-season change, you know, manufacturers. So I'm curious to see how it's going to work with, you know, everyone healthy, everyone on a different bike. Should be fun.
Roxon stuck it out with Suzuki this year, or with a Suzuki. Who picked him up?
Me.
Oh, so that would be cool if it showed you when you showed drafted who picked that player or rider.
That'd be cool. Ooh, Cian Cerullo. Cian Cerullo.
Oh, whole shot king with the Cian Cerullo grab. Huh.
Is that Lauren?
Oh, this is interesting now.
This is always where it gets important. Again, because those you talking between like rider 6 and 12 is where you're going to see consistency. So if you can get the projection points between 6 and 12, you already know 1 through 3 is in the bag. You know, your top rider, you're probably going to get them at like 3 or 4, get the extra bonus points, hope for a whole shot. But those positions between 6 and 12, that's where you see consistency.
They are really, really important too. I mean, it seems like
I'm one to talk, right?
I mean, a lot of times those guys 6 through 12, like you said, I mean, those are the like league winners too, because if you could find that diamond in the rough, you know, and the guy that's like way outperforming his draft position, I mean, that's, you know, what you need to look for. Kelly taking all the time.
Okay,
he's having a tough decision.
Here. Man, that was a really, really hard one. Jordan Smith.
Let's see.
It's going to be his year.
You know, some of my sources don't have much on the race or riders or any of that stuff leading into the race. Weird.
Minimum are your sources your sources your kid? That might be why.
7. Built like he's 12. I got to send you guys a picture of my kiddo. So we got samples of his NJB league.
What's that?
It's like a basketball league,
Oh, okay, cool.
like a little traveling league, but it's like the rookies. So they basically they practice for a half hour and then play against against another team for a half hour.
That's cool. Is
But
it traveling league, so they don't have to dribble?
they don't have to dribble. But Kano dribbles. He does a 500 dribbles pretty much like every other day.
That's cool.
Yeah,
you got a little athlete.
Oh,
He's built like
Shit.
one.
I'm hoping he gets paid to play. It fucking eases the pocketbook when it comes to college.
Mitchell Oldenburg. Wow, everyone's going west right now.
And yet another West Coast rider.
Voland. Wow, you're going deep in the west. Ooh. All right. Hammaker. Keep it on two wheels, Hammaker. Let's do it this year. Max Voland is one of those apparently flying at the test track guys. And on the Kawasaki,
to be honest,
now,
that's
Pro
like
Circuit,
why I picked him. Yeah, a factory ride, flying at the test track. I mean, I'm trying to find some later round value. So yeah, I decided to pick him up. You know, a little.
Yeah, he's been a little hit and miss in Supercross though, but I don't know. We'll see.
He's gonna step it up.
All right, who's up? Lauren's up. Whole shot king.
What's on your mind as you look, Dad? What are you thinking right now? Weighing out the options. Justin Cooper. Okay.
That was my option. Did you see it?
Yes, I did. Justin Cooper. It's solid.
I think it's solid.
This is scary. This guy better
Definitely it was Justin Cooper's time to get picked. For sure.
So for anybody that's watching, we're drafting the night before A1. It's Friday night, January 5th right now. If you missed it and A1 has already happened, you can still draft. Our fantasy league set up. You can go ahead and draft after the race, and you'll just start your season on the second race or anytime after that. So go ahead and go for it. You'll actually have a lot more information than we will too, because we are very much flying blind, making picks before A1. That's kind of part of the fun.
There's a point to be made that it's almost better to like draft after the first race of the season, so you kind of get an idea of who's doing what, who's looking good on their new bike and everything. It does take a little of the fun out of it, you know, but still it's totally fine to draft after A1.
Yeah. For me, part of the fun of fantasy is the chaos. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes your number one pick wrecks it and is out for the season at the first race, and that sucks, but such is life.
John took a risk with Austin Faulkner, speaking of crashing on the first race.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly, can someone watch this podcast live right now?
We're not broadcasting live. We're going to upload it.
Okay. Not broadcasting live. You're going to upload.
Yeah. So,
all right. I had 1,000 guys that were going to watch it live, but since you're going to upload it, we'll just wait for that.
No, you're good. You're good. You can use as many racial slurs as you want. We'll bleep them out.
All right.
Okay, who do I need? All right, I got to go with my other guy I always end up with. On the factory Star Racing Yamaha this year, Enzo Lopes. He might have a really good year.
Yes,
that's one of my super consistent, easy to predict guys. Like, I mean, you know, 4th or 5th all season last year. Really, really good pickup if you're looking for consistency and prediction points.
I was definitely eyeballing him. I was hoping that you weren't going east because I was going to scoop him up. Decisions. Man, I want to pick Martin, but he just seems like he always gets hurt.
Man, when I saw his crash in the outdoors last year, I literally thought he might be done, retired. But he keeps coming back from some rough injuries.
Let's see here. 20 seconds. Son of a bitch. Going for it. Stay healthy, my friend. Stay healthy. My pick again. And the draft always kind of slows down towards the end, because it's not, Roxon, Tomac, It's like, okay, you're starting to weigh your options, look at East, look at West. What do I need? What does everyone else need?
Yeah. Another hot tip for anyone that's drafting. It sometimes changes year to year, but I mean, this year, the 250 West has one more race than 250 East. They're racing 10, 250 East is racing 9. So that actually makes 250 West riders just a little bit more valuable than 250 East riders. Oh, speaking of that, I was just looking at that West rider and you grabbed him.
Yeah, he was kind of hanging out there in limbo. Everyone above him was drafted and a few people below him. It's definitely his time to get snatched up.
Okay, hold on. I got to do some research. I got a minute.
I'm doing all this without a mouse. I don't know if you
got
guys
my Martin. I had my eyes on Martin. Whoever just grabbed my Martin.
Yeah, I got him. Got him last pick. I mean, he's
Kelly's
like a
pick
solid.
Right now?
Yeah, Kelly's pick. Kelly's doing a little research right now. It is hard for me to do all the research I want because I have a mic plugged in. I have a webcam plugged in. I'm doing all this with my little finger on my laptop. Do you guys have a mouse? Makes everything a lot easier.
Oh, Hill or Craig. Hill or Craig.
I know what I would pick.
We'll go Hill. Hill had an awesome year last year. I think you would pick Craig.
I was going to pick Hill. I would have picked Hill.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You were talking up Craig a little bit because Craig had some good results.
Yeah, I was talking him up, but I mean, like you said, I mean, just like last season, I mean, Hill was like on the gas trying to continue with the, momentum and everything like that. So I just think that he like probably has a little edge over Craig.
I would be very stoked to see Hill recreate any of his last season magic.
Whole Shot King wins the Fast Draft Award. It seems like he picks within the first second every time.
He's got a spreadsheet or something over there with his pick strategy.
So we're coming back down. Everyone should have 2 more spots to fill. So final 2 picks of the draft. Whole Shot King taking his time with this one, though. Yeah, really anyone at this point. I mean, it's still up in the air. You're just like kind of playing roulette. Now it's like, okay. Ooh, Chance Hymas. Okay. Why'd you pick him over someone like Romano or Swole?
I thought I'd give Chance a chance. That was my theory. I've always kind of been a little Hymas fan, so
Okay.
I think he's going to help me out this year.
Who's more confidence inspiring here?
So like Kelly was saying, a like definite strategy you could do right now, and I don't want to give him any tips, but like he knows this, is like he could look at my team and see that my West is full and I need one more East and then one more 450 guy to like complete the team. So then right now he wouldn't draft a like 250 West guy because he knows that I can't even get it. So like right now, guaranteed, he's either looking at that last 450 spot or a 250 East guy. And he's taken all the time in the world. Okay.
Let's try out that Triumph for this year.
Jalik. So I guess so who do I want? Dean Wilson. I like probably would have gone Colt Nichols. If he didn't get hurt, I would almost for sure go down and get a Colt right here on the beta. But little rotator cuff problems.
I mean, the Colt's great. I mean, the question this year is the beta, Is that brand capable of racing the Supercross track? It's rad, though, to see a bunch of new brands coming into Supercross like that. I'm starting to feel like MotoGP or something.
So, Dino, do me good, Dino. And then for my last pick of the draft, let's see here. So we just had our little talk about Robertson. Yeah. Also, too, like towards these later rounds, too, sometimes I just kind of default to the factory ride. You like know that they're going to have the best bike, best backing. So do a little Nicholas Romano to round out the draft.
Yeah, I was looking at him, too. I mean, I think this is his Supercross debut, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, Star Racing Yamaha guy is probably not a bad pick.
This is going to be last year's Hayden Deegan.
And I'll make the same move as you and grab another rookie on a factory bike, Bomer. This kid, new kid on the Red Bull KTM. Let's give it a shot.
Not bad, not bad.
I had him staged.
Last pick.
Last pick for me right here. This is an old local boy up north, I think. Here we go. Bam!
Carson Mumford.
Okay.
Mumford.
All right, draft's done.
Is it?
That's it. All right.
Who did John pick for his last pick?
Phil Nicoletti.
See, I was going Nicoletti or Mumford. Nicoletti, Mumford, and I went Mumford.
All right, so now draft's done.
Who plays who tomorrow?
Yeah. So I'm going to be showing it on my screen, but you guys can follow along on your own screens. So if you'll see on the main screen here, just your little matchup summary. So Anaheim 1 coming up. I'll be playing Mr. Ryan Berkman, the boots with Ferrandis.
I got scrubbing nipples.
Scrubbing nipples is scrubbing triples.
Triples. I'm sorry.
Drop that down to G-rated. That's good of you, John. Thank you.
I thought it was rubbing nipples. It was scrubbing triples. My bad.
Yeah. So now your My Team page is going to be filled out. This is where you're actually going to come and set your predictions. So make sure you do that every week before the race. Just change up. I'm going to type in here, and you'll get a little box that pops up to submit your predictions. Matchup page pops up as well, so you can see your matchups and future matchups if you hit next and previous and all of that. And then from the roster page, if you wanted to go and pick somebody up, like let me show an example here. Jorge Prado is only racing the first few races. I'm going to go ahead and substitute him in because I think he might actually do pretty well. So I just substituted in Jorge Prado for Justin Hill. I can release him if I decide to, but I'll sit and watch practice. I'm going to be at Anaheim 1 watching from the stands We'll see what qualifying times look like. If he's super fast, that might be a great guy to hang on to for the first few rounds. But you have the option here of, permanently replacing someone. You just choose who you're going to add, who you're going to drop, or one race substitute. You only get one substitute per class. So we do that so someone's not going in there and stealing every single rider and the entire class so nobody else can pick them up.
Yeah, exactly. I just went in there and I
pretty
subbed
much
in
it.
McElrath too, just in case.
Oh, got some McElrath. Okay.
That was pretty simple. That was a good draft.
Yeah. So, who do we think got the best draft here? Maybe we'll make this a poll or something of who the fans think is going to win our Founders League championship this year. But
all right. You know what? I don't want to be I don't want to like jinx me or nothing, but I think scrubbing nipples with Stewart, Lawrence, and Craig looks pretty healthy in the 450 class.
Both
but
Lawrence
I think
brothers.
the Hampshire Shimoda Mumford looks a little better than a DeFrancisco Nicoletti Thrasher.
Yeah, if both Lawrence brothers and Malcolm Stewart can stay healthy, that is a difficult 450 class to beat right here.
And Craig's one crash away from a injury himself.
Yeah. Holeshot King
almost as old as I am.
Holeshot King focused on the 250 West. You got number 1 and number 2 in there. That's a pretty dominant.
Well,
West.
I was talking to someone this afternoon on the way home from work who was really emphasizing the importance of the 250 class, and so I went ahead and took some of his input and did that.
That was a really good idea. He sounds really smart.
He's pretty smart kid.
Me and my dad, we have Supercross conversations on the way home from work all the time. That's the way that we pass the time through the California traffic, is talking about Supercross. So
that's right. I got Plessinger on my team. I was watching the press conference today, and Plessinger said that he always grew up and wanted to look like Joe Dirt. I like that about him.
Well, he's successful in that. Dreams do come true.
Yeah.
Kelly,
okay, so last little tips. What do you got, Ryan? What's up?
I was just going to say real quick, you have a pretty stacked 450 team. Freaking Sexton, Barsha, Plessinger. That's pretty freaking stacked.
That should be some top 10 guys. And I mean, I got Hill on my team right now. Prado's subbed in. But if Hill can recreate just a little bit of last year's magic, that should be pretty strong too. Okay, so last little bit of strategy before we go here. Obviously, make sure to set your predictions and get your lineup set up. The event time that you see here, as soon as that hits, your matchup's going to lock, and you can make no changes further than that. So that's your absolute deadline. Once the event actually starts, once we actually have main events finished and all that, and results are coming in, you're going to have something pop up here, which is something that I thought was so important when we were building this, which is no spoiler functionality. So if you're watching this race on a delay, maybe you got it, DVR'd or something, and you're watching the next day, this basically allows you to look at your fantasy lineup and not see results until you actually, click the button and want to see results. So you're not going to get any spoilers. So that's a really, really nice thing for when you're actually watching the races, and you can do it by class. So you finish the 250 West race, you click that button, it'll show 250 West results, and same with 450s.
I got one thing to throw in there real quick, is I just got a notification on my phone, and it says gate drop tomorrow night, 5 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah, it's an early one.
They've alternated to
so that's
an
an
earlier
early
schedule
for all you guys.
Yeah, I think a lot of the races are moving to an earlier schedule for this year than they were before. I'm not sure.
Is anyone going? Who's going?
Me and Ryan
Kelly?
are going.
Me and Kelly are going to be there.
Yeah.
Are your wives going?
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah. Nice, very nice.
We got a group going. Our other developer on this project who built the website, Chris Gitmed. Shout out to Chris Gitmed, is coming as well.
Oh, Chris.
Part of the magical team that made Speed League Fantasy a reality. So
we're going to be inputting all these results.
Good luck.
All right, man.
We're going to be inputting all these results
Friday
on our
night.
phones
I got to go party, but
Oh, that's right. We'll be
it.
there. We'll try and give some updates of qualifying as it goes too, from the day. But yeah, good times. Good luck to everybody that's playing, and
Yeah.
happy fantasy. We'll see you out there.
All
Good
right.
luck, fellas.
Good night.